First of all, we will start with functions. Okay, read the following conversation and say if the following statement true or false. Okay, we have the statement, both Mike and Anne are going to Spain. Okay, to decide whether it is true or false, we need to read the conversation, of course. Let's read it. Mike, you know what? We are going to Spain this summer. Really? You look too surprised. Don't you believe me? No, it's not that. I'm going to Spain too. What a surprise. We will meet there, won't we? Yeah, I promise. You won't break your promise, will you? Of course I won't. So this is a conversation between Mike and Anne. So let's go back to our statement. Both Mike and Anne are going to Spain. Is this true or false? Yes, this is true. Both of them are going to Spain. That's why they are surprised, because by chance they are going, both of them, to Spain. Okay? So today's lesson is about asking for promises, giving promises, and expressing surprise. Okay? How can we ask for promises? So from the text. So see here. You won't break your promise, will you? So this is asking for a promise. Okay? How can you give a promise? We can say, I promise you. I won't break my promise, or I promise you. Now we move on to expressing surprise. For example, your friend came to you or comes to you and says, you know what, I have met Tom Cruise. Okay, so this is really surprising. You will say, really? What a surprise, okay? So this is how we can express surprise. Let's complete the following exchange. Here we have a short conversation between Alma and her father. Look, Dad, I've been top of my class. So here, father has to express surprise, okay? What can he say in this case? Really? I'm proud of you, okay? I will buy you a new mobile phone, okay? Here, Alma, she's going to ask for a promise, of course. You won't break your promise, will you? And here, father is going to express promise. I promise you. Okay, so remember, we ask for promises using this expression. You won't break your promise, will you? Giving promises, I promise you. Expressing surprise, really, what a surprise. You can say wow or something like that. Now we move on to our grammar lesson, which is about will or going to. What is the difference between will and going to? You have to know that both of them, we use them to express future, okay? There are like several ways to express future, but today we are going to focus on two ways, will and going to. So we will see what's the difference between will and going to. So we use going to when we are talking about plans, something that we are sure of, okay? I have a plan. So we use going to. For example, today I'm going to drive my new motorcycle, then I'm going to phone my best friend, and finally I'm going to read my favorite novel. So these are plans. Plan number 1, drive my motorcycle. Plan number 2, phone my best friend. And plan number 3, read my favorite novel. So these are plans. So we use going to talk about plans, okay? Future plans, of course. Okay. Let's read the following examples. Look at those black clouds. It's going to rain. It's going to rain. So I see black clouds, so it's going to rain. Here I have an evidence. That's why I said it's going to rain. I have an evidence which is black clouds, okay? Number 2, she's pregnant. She's going to have a baby. She's going to have a baby, of course, because we have like an evidence she is pregnant. Okay, so we use going to talk about predictions, but not merely predictions, predictions with present evidence, when you have an evidence, of course. Now we move on to will and will or I'll, they are the same, of course. Okay, we use will to talk about decisions at the time of speaking, on-the-spot decision. What does it mean? For example, oh, it's hot, it's hot. I will open the window. So this is a decision at the time of speaking. While I'm speaking, I made that decision. It's an on-the-spot decision. Okay, so let's read the following examples. Someone left the door open. I will close it right now. So this is an on-the-spot decision. Okay. Number 2, here in the restaurant. What would you like to drink? I will have a cup of coffee, please. So this is also a decision at the time of speaking. Did you call Sue? No, I forgot it. I'll call her tonight. So this is also a on-the-spot decision, okay? Decision at the time of speaking. We use also will to talk about offers. Don't worry, I will help you with your homework. So she's offering her help, okay? We use it also for predictions. You will be rich. This is just predictions, I'm not sure. So predictions, it may happen, it may not. You will be rich. For example, I will be a doctor. This is just a prediction. This is not true, or this is not sure, okay? So let's do the following exercise, but first let me recapitulate. So 2 ways to express the future simple. We have will and going to. We use going to when we are talking about future plans or when we are talking about predictions, but we have an evidence. See, remember the example, it's dark clouds, so it's going to rain. And will we use it when we are talking just about predictions, we don't have evidence. We use will also to talk about on-the-spot decision, and we use this also to talk about offers, okay? So let's do the following exercise. Here we have to put the verbs or choose the correct form of the verbs, will or going to. So why are you working so hard these days? Because I am going to buy a car. So I'm going to buy a car, this is a plan. It's a plan that I'm going to buy a car. This is not just a prediction. This is a plan, okay? A future plan. So because I'm going to buy a car, so I'm saving as much as I can. Lola, what are you, Jill, for her birthday? Okay. What are you going to buy, Jill, for her birthday? This is also a plan. So the birthday, it's a plan. I'm going to buy a gift. This is a plan. That's why we use going to. But she hasn't got a CD player. In that case, I'll buy her a book. So this is an on-the-spot decision, okay? When you knew that she doesn't have a CD player, then you decided that you're going to buy her another thing, which is a book, okay? So this is an on-the-spot decision. Hussam, Dad, can you do this for me? I'm sorry, ask Mom. She will do it for you, okay? So we are not sure here because his mom may be busy doing something, so we are not sure. Number 4, why have you got so many eggs? I'm going to make an omelette. So here we have a plan. I have eggs because I'm going to make omelette. I haven't enough money to get home. I'll lend you some if you like. How much do you need? So this is also a on-the-spot decision. That's why we use will to express the future. All right, now we move on to vocabulary. Here we have pictures and we have to match the pictures to the phrases. So picture number 1, is it go swimming, go cycling, go to the zoo, go climbing, go surfing, or go camping? Of course, it is go surfing, go surfing. Number 2, of course, go swimming, okay? Number 3, go camping. Number 4, go to the zoo, of course. And then we have go cycling and then go climbing. So these are some activities that we do while we are traveling, okay, in our holidays. Okay, so here we have to match these words to their definitions. First of all, we have trip. What is a trip? Trip is a journey. Excursion, okay, it's a short journey made by a group of people for pleasure. Flight, it's a journey by air, okay. Voyage is a journey by sea when we travel like by ship or something like that. Picnic, journey in which food is carried to be taken outdoor. So here we have listening. So we have to listen to the following audio and answer the following questions. Tommy, Olivia, and Amal and Joseph, they are talking about some problems or troubles that they came across while they are traveling. So let's read the audio.
Unit 10, Travel and Holiday. What is the biggest problem you've ever had while traveling?
One time we went to the country. Well, when we were on the road, my sister threw up. Then Dad told her to stick her head out the window, and she tried throwing up out there. The throw up flew back into the car and hit her face. Then my other sister threw up too. I felt really disgusted. Mom gave us some medicine, and we started feeling better.
I've had so many bad vacations, it's hard to count. I remember one time we went to the seaside. When we got to the campsite, we had all those big plans to go to the beach the moment we got there. But guess what? It was raining. We were too disappointed. We went out for pizza, but it was really fun because the rest of the days were sunny. Just a few years ago, my family and I went on a vacation to Spain, and we missed our flight. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. We had to spend the night at the airport. We were very exhausted. It was a great flight, but when we arrived at the airport in Madrid, our baggage had been left back home. We had to buy new clothes, toothbrushes, and toothpaste.
One problem was the directions. The first time we went on a trip, we didn't know where we were going. We really felt the panic of getting lost. But we got there. What we did was to look at the map and follow the directions.
Okay, that's good. So Tommy, Olivia, Amal, and Joseph, they are talking or they are telling us about the troubles or problems they came across while traveling. Okay, so Tommy, what was the problem he had on the trip? His sisters throw up. So this is really a serious problem that I think a lot of you came across before while traveling. Olivia, so it rained. It rained. Okay, this is the problem. Amal, they missed the flats 3 times. And for Joseph, they didn't know directions. So these are the problems they had on the trip. Here we have to match the people to their feelings, okay? Tommy, he was disgusted. You know what is disgusted? For example, when you see something that you don't like, okay? You feel, for example, I don't eat meat. So when I see it, okay, I feel disgusted, okay? Olivia, she was disappointed, okay? For example, you have a plan that you are going to travel, have fun, but eventually it rains. So you feel disappointed. For Amal, exhausted. For example, when you spend the whole day working or something like that, you feel exhausted, very, very tired, okay? Joseph, panicked, okay, panicked. It's like scared, okay? When you have like an exam, you feel panicked. You're not relaxed, okay? So this is as a homework, write a paragraph answering the following questions, okay? Telling us if you had came across before problems while traveling. So answering the following questions to help you. What is the biggest problem you have ever had during your trips? When was it? What happened exactly? And this is it for today's lesson. Thank you for your attention. Stay safe and stay at home.